Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Code with Nithmanas. So friends, in the previous videos we just set up our new Laravel project, and after that we set up the admin panel. So just going through the other things. So now in this video we just set up the user admin role. So how we can set up the admin role, like we just create the admin role in the roles table, and after that we will create a pivot table. So in pivot table we just connected the user id to the role id. So after that we'll like mentions and assigning the user to the role. Like for example, if I show you in our website developer code set, so how we are using that pivot table. So if you just search here, yes, just search here user role. So you can see is that make user role by eloquent method with pivot table in Laravel 10. So when you scroll down, you will see ever we use this kind of method like role id, where we use in the users table role id. If role id is equal to 1, that it is an admin. If role id is equal to 2 then it is another user like customer, seller, and any kind of another user. So but in this video we'll creating creating the roles table, and we'll attach the admin we'll create the user and attach the admin role to that user. If you understand my words, we'll see how we can do it. So it is very simple. If you go to our website, like we have very following steps. Like the first steps, the creating model and migration name role. So it is very easy. We just hit this on copy and go to our code. Then I already run my project like PHP artisan serve. So just creating a new terminal. Here we just create a few commands, creating some migrations, and then it will be done. So just paste the command PHP artisan make model role m. M means here we are doing like model role, and m is migration. Like we are also creating the migration table in the database, right? So if you see app, inside models we have the role and user file, and after that in database migrations we also file known as roles. Yes, this one, roles. Okay, and after that what are the next steps? So it is the step like we have to create the roles, the table, and the column name should be this. So I will just copy this only, or you can do this like simply click to copy, but yes, I will do this only. Okay, both are the same steps. So I will do this Control A and Control V. So it will I will be making a column name that name, and another column name slug. So in the name we just write the admin with A capital, and slug will define as proper small caps all. So after that, going down, run the migrations. Artisan make migration create user roles. So if you have we haven't set up any database name yet. So if you can see in our .env, yes, there is no database name we are using. So I will using English Laravel, sorry, English ecommerce. Okay, so I will just save it this as well, and PHP artisan make migration create user underscore roles. After that we have to create a migration this is a migration of pivot table users underscore roles. So I will show you how. Just copy this command PHP artisan make migration and paste it to the terminal like this. So it creates a migration file this user underscore roles. So basically this is a pivot table. So how it actually looks like, I will show you. This is the basic code. I've just copied this and paste it here. So it's very easy, but we have to understand what it actually means. So in the user underscore roles pivot table, we are defining first as usual, it is ID. After that, it is unsigned big integer. So what this unsigned big integer means, that it is actually a column property. We are using unsigned big integer. So if you are like reading this, like it is an integer but a big integer which have a unsigned value. Okay, means first of all we have some integer which have some incrementing or decrementing value, but it is an unsigned big integer. That means uh, the column name is user id, and unsigned big integer, the column name is role id. So moving down, we are defining that dollar table. So in this schema, the dollar table, we are using a foreign key. Mark my words, we are using a foreign key which is user underscore id, which has a reference of id from users table. I repeat, in this schema we have a foreign key. Basically this foreign means foreign key, right? Foreign key of user underscore id, reference with id on users table. So in our users table we have like id 1 2 3 4. So it is actually considered as foreign key in this table. And on delete cascade, on delete cascade means when we deleting the user, for example the user there is user which has a id of 1. So when we delete that user id 1, it will also delete that data from this table where user id is equal to 1. And same in the case of role id. So it is a role id reference to id on which table? Roles table. And on delete cascade same as this, as we defined earlier. So just save this file, and after that what we have, php addition migrate. Just copy this command and hit this over the terminal, hit enter. Actually we still don't have any database with name of English e-commerce, so it will create the database. I will hit would you like to create it? I will enter it yes. So it create the table and run all the migrations. I will show you what it actually did. So localhost new e-commerce, but we have a English e-commerce. So new e-commerce, basically it's English e-commerce. So here it is. Yes. So just I will show you first users table, right? So here we have name, email id as this, it is defining by the laravel. So here the id, this id, and if I go to the roles table, sorry, not this one, this is actually that e-commerce that I'm using in Hindi version. So I'm considering this one. So it's a roles. So in the roles it also has a id, right? Id column name. So when I go to the user underscore roles, now you will see what I mean to say in the foreign key. See, it has a silver key. Basically we are using an index over here. It is a basically foreign key from which table user underscore id from see this user underscore roles underscore user underscore id, we are using here foreign key, and it is column name is user underscore id. So as we already mentioned, it is from the users table, right? So I will show you after that when we creating the user and attach this role to the user, then it will what it will do actually, it will attach the user in the user underscore roles table. So here we have two columns, user underscore id and role underscore id. Both user underscore id come from the users id, which column name is id from the users table. I will show you like this, at role underscore id from the roles table, like this. So here this id, basically we are dealing with this id. Okay, so this id is working as foreign key in this table. So this is the concept over here, what we mean to say with the pivot table. Okay, So after that we have roles, user underscore roles. Okay, now it's the main thing. Now what we actually do with these things, like we are assigning the user with a particular role, but with how we can manage the user roles. So these are the basic functions that we are going to be used in our use model. So what it actually do, firstly I will copy this and show you. App model user as authenticate. Okay, I will click on copy, go to the files, app models user, close this and paste it over here. So basically we have two functions over here, roles and has role. So these both have a very unique identification and very unique meaning. So in the roles, what it defines, like in the roles section, we are checking that how many users have this particular kind of role. Like we are passing here a role class which is linked to the roles table, right? And user underscore roles. So when we come to the second has role function, in has role function we are passing some roles over here. Okay, so if I writing like this dot dot dot, this means we are passing array. Okay, we are passing array and both a single value. So if we are passing like this dot dot dot, this means we are passing both array and a single value over here. Okay, and after that we have a for each roles as role dollar this roles contain slug role. For example, we are passing a role which is name is admin. Okay, in has role function we are passing a admin name over here, so it will check that admin as role. And what it actually do, that our authenticated user or the user we want to check, like dollar this roles contains slug, so it actually sends the user underscore id also with this slug. Now in the roles we have, in the roles table, sorry, this roles, this roles belongs to this roles function. Okay, and after that contains slug. And now this what slugs means, if you go to the roles table we have this slug. Okay, and this will actually check if I passing that if this particular user has a particular role, like if I'm passing that authentic auth user has role admin. So if that user is containing that admin, like if I am having a user id 1 which is attached the role id 1 which is also an admin, so it will check from the user underscore roles pivot table that if it is 1 is equal to 1, then it will return true, else return false. Later on when we working with the middleware, I will tell you how we can manage this, or how we can check with this function that the user is admin, or the user is customer, or the user is uh, any other like seller, reseller. How we actually uh, do that, I will tell you in the middleware function. Okay, I will close all the tabs. Okay, so yes, so now we already we successfully created the functions in the user model. And after that we have to create the role. And firstly we create the role, and after that we create that admin user. Okay, now simply just copy this. It we can create the role in the web.php file also. So just go to the web.php routes web.php. Okay, I will just copy this step by step, use this, and below code over here role get create role function. So what this actually do, this is the URL where we are passing a function role, new role, and name slug customer and customer. So in the initial step we'll create an admin role. like this and save it. Create role. Now is route this and create role. Hit enter. So if you go to the role section, it actually creates a role which is named as admin. Okay, so after that, what we actually do, we creating the, now we will create the user role. Okay, and we'll after creating the user admin, will attach the admin user to the role admin. I will show you how. So just copy this function and go to any controller, HTTP controller. So I will create one controller over here, new terminal, or we can what kind of function we have here, or what we can do here, we can also create the admin role in our web.php file. I will show you how we can do that. We have this, just copy this from this and paste it over here. Okay, now that's a basic function that we have. Now do the small things like use user, after that use hash. Yes, everything is done. Now what we do actually, now we are creating a new user which name should be admin, email should be admin@gmail.com, password should be 1234, and now the role where, yes, here role where slug is equal to admin. First it will get that role admin. Okay, now user roles attach admin. Okay, so what it actually do, we are creating here a new user, admin user, right? That after that we get the slug where slug is equal to admin. So it will get the query from the database where slug is equal to admin in the admin variable. So after that, this user we are talking about, this user where roles this user have different roles. Okay, so we'll attach this role admin. So what this does, this where slug is equal to admin, it will get that query from the database where slug is equal to admin, and we simply attach this admin role to this user. Okay, I will just save it and hit this query. Now the URL actually say the use of statement and news has no effect. It actually created the user. If we check, no, yes, okay, so hit enter, it created the user, which see, so it actually creates the user with admin@gmail.com. and if we go to the user underscore roles, now see the magic, we have user underscore id1 and role underscore id1. Now if we point to the role underscore id1, it actually shows, it actually points to the admin and user underscore id admin. So if we click on role underscore id, it automatically points us to the roles table where name is admin and slug is admin. So if you go to the user underscore id, it points us to the users table. So this is the magic of pivot table. Why we are using pivot table, this is the main reason of using pivot table. So in the next video, we just make the middleware and set up the dashboard as well. So if you like the video, please do subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.